What's up, y'all? It's the Blanco sisters.
Welcome back to our podcast.
Welcome back.
I'm Yareni.
I'm Briseida.
We are two sisters that love to film videos that makes us happy
and to help you out.
Welcome back to another podcast.
Did you guys like that intro?
Yes, that's gonna be our new intro every single Wednesday.
Yeah, every single Wednesday. And we actually decided that we want to bring like a little segment to the podcast. So we were talking about it and we said that every month we are going to switch it up. So for this month, for the month of November, we are going to give you guys an inspirational quote, a saying that can just motivate you, and that you guys can exit the video and then you guys take that information with you. So, and then for example, let's say for December, we can show you guys like a product that we like or something like that, and it can be product month. And we can just keep it going, and you guys can also give us your suggestions, so you guys can always leave the comments in the description so you guys can give us ideas. So do you have the quote for today?
Yes, so for today we're gonna stick with the quote.
Let's see, let's hear it. And I haven't heard it, so
I've been like so into quotes lately. Like I be sending them quotes all the time.
Yeah, we send each other quotes all the time. Back when I was younger, I was like, oh, so corny. But as I grow older, I'm like, wow, quotes are so true.
And they're so essential. Like,
yes.
I love quotes. Like, send me a quote and I'll love you forever.
Yeah.
Seriously. Okay, so for today's quote, it is, when doesn't add up, subtract yourself.
When doesn't add up, subtract yourself.
Yes. I love that
I
quote.
love that.
It's so nice because I feel like that's what we've been going through our life lately. Like we've been getting rid of like so many unnecessary things in our life. So I feel like that's perfect
Things,
for us.
people, yeah. And that's the only way
Old
to
habits.
grow. Yeah, that's the only way to grow. So when doesn't add up, subtract yourself. All right. So today's topic is
before we get into our topic, what are we drinking today?
Oh yes, what are we drinking? Look how pretty this tea is, you guys. We are drinking pomegranate tea today. This is pomegranate white tea. I got it from Trader Joe's if you guys are interested in it and if you're into tea. And we decided to switch up the mugs to show you guys how beautiful this color is. I really like that color, and I wanted to show you guys. And some benefits with pomegranate tea. Let me tell you guys a little bit of benefits. It helps your heart.
You tell us and I take a
Yeah, it helps your heart. And it's really good for protecting your skin. So cheers. What are you guys sipping on? Hopefully something healthy. If it's a glass of wine, it's okay. Sometimes I like myself a glass of wine. We still have to bring a glass of wine actually up in the podcast.
This is only like what, our third podcast?
Third podcast.
So we're gonna bring some tequila, mezcal, wine, Henny shots, you name it.
And recommend us some drinks too. Alcoholic beverage,
Ooh, we're gonna bring some
non-alcoholic.
beer, IPAs. If you guys know any IPAs that are bomb, let us know in the comments down below, because we're gonna be sipping literally a lot of drinks.
Yeah.
Not only alcoholic beverages, but we're gonna switch it up. Tea, water, green juice, kombucha.
Yeah, green juice. Ooh, good. Yeah, so cheers to health. No cheers, but drink to health and success and just abundance and good vibes.
This is my first time having this tea and I love it. It's so good.
It's really good.
Pomegranate, huh?
Yeah, pomegranate white tea. I'm really into tea. All right, let's get into this podcast. This is a juicy topic because first, let me just tell you guys the topic. So,
I'm sorry, did you finish saying all of the benefits?
yeah.
Okay, good. I was so excited. I was like so enjoying it. And by the way, today's the perfect day for tea because it's cold outside. It's been raining now in San Diego. It's raining. So the weather definitely did change. So it's perfect for our tea.
Yes. Okay.
And fun fact, I'm so sorry, but tea gets me so hyper. Like every time does this have caffeine? I hope not.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
But just every time I drink tea and kombucha, I have so much energy when it comes to it.
All right, so
I'm so talkative, huh?
no, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so question, do you want to read the topic?
Yes, so
It's a juicy one.
Briseida sent me a screenshot of this and she's like, our next podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast topic, and I was like, yes.
Yes.
let's
I
do it.
actually found it on Facebook and I screenshotted that. I was like, oh, let's go. Podcast.
All right, so it says, do you think a couple should live together before marriage? Ooh.
Do you think a couple should live together before marriage?
Ooh.
All
I
right.
love that topic. So do you want to start us off?
That's a good one. Okay. I would say, I don't know. I'm going to let you answer. I would say no.
Mm-hmm.
Because, but then yes. No, because I feel like, you know, you should
Well, give us
wait.
your reasons.
Yeah. No, because I feel like you should wait for your partner, and, you know, wait for that new stage of your life that you guys can share together.
Mm-hmm.
And no, because I feel that it's good to know somebody prior to like really committing, so you can really see their flaws, and if you like something, you know, you kind of get to experience what marriage would be like if you were to live together prior to marriage. So I don't know, it's like a yes and no for me.
Would you personally move in with somebody if you were not married? Let's put it
I
that
think, yeah, I think I would. Honestly, I think I would. If I was in a serious relationship and I saw that my partner was like ambitious and we were on the same mindset, I feel like something could lead somewhere. Then I think I would. What about you?
So here's my opinion. So I personally would not move in with somebody that I'm not married to. Not even if I've been dating this person for like a couple years. I feel like if this person, my partner, wanted me to move in with him, then of course I would be like, you know what, I'm not moving in until we get married. And if that person is that invested in you, they're gonna get married and you guys move in, right? Because if this person loves you, he's gonna take your feelings and emotions into consideration, you know. And I feel like, well, if you want to move in together, then that obviously means we're gonna stay together in the long run, you know. It's not just for a certain short period of time.
That's a good point.
And I don't like doing short term. Like, every time I date somebody is because I see them in my future, right? So obviously that's step one. If you're gonna be dating someone, it's because you see them in your future. Great. Step two is, if you eventually do want to get married and move in together, then why not get married and then move in together? But you did bring up a good point, how you said that you wouldn't know if that's the right fit or not. But you know, like, I like to think of like roommates. Like you and we're pretty much roommates. There's certain things that you do.
Roommates as in like next door roommates.
Yeah. So like there's certain things that you do that bother me, and there's certain things that I do that probably bother you. But I feel like since we care about each other so much, we like sit down and talk about it, and we try to change whatever bugs us from each other. And I feel like the same thing with relationships. I mean, with people that are married and move in together. There's obviously gonna be disagreements. There's obviously going to be like little things that the other person does that is going to annoy the other person, right? But I feel like you just talk about it and then you just fix it, because if you care about the person, then you're gonna fix it.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point. And I see that. I see where you're coming from. And I would say for a marriage has to be really strong, and you have to have two individuals that are willing to work out some differences. Like, for example, how you said, like, I do things that maybe you might not like, and vice versa, but we make it work because we make it work, right? Yeah, so I do see your point, and I think you made a good point. So yeah, I'm kind of like about changing my answer now, because it's like, that's true. If somebody is willing to, if somebody really wants to be with you, they will not make any excuse to not be with you. They will work for it. They will leave bad habits, and they will make it happen for you because they want you in your life. Now, let's say somebody isn't willing to do all those things, then that person is not for you. And you shouldn't move in with somebody that you see that has bad habits, isn't willing to compromise, isn't willing to move forward in life, you shouldn't have that person around you, and you shouldn't be giving yourself to that person, because you're valuable. Whether you're a guy or you're a girl, I feel like individuals just need to know their worth.
Yeah.
Male, female, it doesn't matter. We're all valuable, and we all need to have respect for ourselves so other people can give us that respect. So I would say, yeah, my point of that, I don't know, but I just wanted to say that.
But those are very good points, to be honest.
Yeah, no, they are. And I think it's important for us to like talk about that you shouldn't move in with somebody that you see doesn't take you seriously. I feel like relationships nowadays are just very fast paced, and people settle for the littlest things, right? Like, people aren't picky, and there's nothing wrong with being picky, because you know what you want and you're not willing to settle for less. So if you have people telling you, oh, you're so picky, you're gonna be alone forever and all this stuff, it's like, who cares? Because so many people are willing to settle for the first thing that they see. And I think it's time, and it's important to spend time alone, because then you realize your worth, and you're alone with your own thoughts. You realize what you like, what you don't like. So when you get in a relationship, you're just that much more sure of yourself, and you wouldn't just let anything go by. And that means, like, if somebody just wants to move in with you, it's like, hold up, I have values, I have respect for myself, and this is this and this, and lay it out on the table.
We getting married, or we not moving in together. Simple as that.
Yeah. And if the person's all like, oh damn, like that's too much, then it's like, you're not the right person. Because why is that scaring you? You're not ready. Then if you're not ready, then you're not the person for me.
And if you're together with your partner, it's because eventually you guys want to get married, right? You're just not dating somebody for no reason
time,
or to like waste your time. It's like, no, like, if you're ready for the next step, it's like, great, let's get married. So I saw this video. You know how they always make like these YouTube videos of like couples breaking up, like the breakup videos?
Oh yeah.
And I recently watched a breakup video, and then the guy, it was the guy's version, so he was saying that he basically broke up with his girlfriend because his girlfriend wanted to move in together, wanted to start a family, and in other words, that's why he broke up with her. So
and he said that on video?
He said it on video.
Yeah, no shame?
No shame.
Oh my god, that girl knew what she wanted.
Exactly. And he was basically
lost.
Yeah, he was basically saying like, yeah, so she wanted to settle down, she wanted to move in, like she wanted to get married, and she's like, and he said, and that was not me, like that's not me, like I was obviously I wasn't ready for that. So that's basically why he broke up with her, which you can't blame him. Yeah, because for him that's not what he wants, but for her, she's like, well, you know, I'm telling you what I want, this and this, and if you love me, you're gonna do it. And obviously I guess he didn't love her enough, because then why even be together if like you're not moving to the next step? Yeah, or you didn't see her in your future. Like, why waste her time? Why waste yours if marriage was something that was gonna scare you off eventually? Right? So I think, and how you said you can't blame him, and that's true. Like, kind of going back, like his laws, I kind of like take it back, because you can't really blame him, because he probably wasn't there, he wasn't mentally ready, or financially, whatever the situation may be. No, that's a good point. He did mention that she wasn't mentally like happy, and he wasn't mentally happy either. So they would like bring like
bicker and stuff. Not
bicker, but like him seeing her not be mentally there would kind of bring him down,
and vice versa.
Exactly,
because they're both not on the right mindset. And that kind of goes back to being alone. I feel like being single is seen sometimes as a negative thing, but sometimes it's a personal choice. Yeah. And people do it because they want to get to know themselves. So for example, that example that Yareni just gave of the couple, they weren't mentally ready. So they probably need to spend time by themselves, figure out what they like.
Yeah, and because he did say that prior to her, he was single for 10 years. So maybe getting into a relationship, and because he's always so used to like putting himself first, or maybe those 10 years it was a waste of time that he didn't really get to know himself.
Yeah.
And then he moved into this relationship and I guess it was toxic for him.
Yeah.
Or for both of them, actually.
But I think that's a good topic that you brought up, because then they both decided to call it quits. Like, okay, like, we're not here, we're both not mentally right.
Yeah.
So just call it off. And some people are gonna say kind of going back to like the movie, and you can cut that out.
Yeah, so basically I personally wouldn't move in with somebody that I'm not married to.
Yeah. And I think you actually, after this podcast, I don't think I would.
Yeah.
I don't think I would. I think I would have my own place.
Yes.
I would have my own place. Hopefully my partner has their own place, and we can visit each other.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think it's important to show your potential partner that you have standards and that you're not willing to settle for anything that isn't going to make you happy. And that's it.
Yeah.
You guys shouldn't settle for anything that isn't helping you grow, that isn't making you happy, and just leave that. Because everybody's on their own journey, and you can't blame people, kind of like you said, you can't blame people for not being ready. Maybe you guys crossed paths, but they were on a different journey, and you were on a different journey. Maybe you were ready, but this person was kind of ready, but it's like they still have to continue their path and still learn themselves, and that's okay. If it's meant to be, I feel like you guys will come back together and make it work. And if it's not meant to be, God always has a bigger and better plan for you. So never question God's timing.
I know, because a lot of times like we want things on our timing, but it's like, no, we don't really see that much ahead of us like God does. So if God decides to take certain people out of your life, yeah, you might feel sad at the moment, but in the long run you're gonna see why God removed certain people from your life, because they were not meant to stay in your life, because he honestly sees your path and he sees their path, and you guys are completely in different paths. And that's okay. Like, I feel like some people are more self-aware than others, and you can't blame. If you are really self-aware, try not to blame the people that are not that self-aware, because at some point I feel like we were all not that self-aware.
Love that.
Yeah.
You can't. Yes, that's true. You can't.
Because I struggled with that, like, because I knew so much and I wanted everybody to like, come on.
I can say the same, and sometimes I do feel that I'm like, oh, because I just have my plate and it's full. I wish like other people had their plate also full, but then I have to realize, wait, people are still working for their food, and maybe I got my food a little sooner than they did, but eventually they're gonna get there as well, and that's okay, right?
Yeah.
And I think in relationships it's okay to date. It's okay to go on dates, figure out what you like in a partner and compare. Always compare what you like in this person, what you don't like in this person, and just don't judge. That's very important. Like, don't judge people, help them out. I feel like there's a difference between judging and constructive criticism, like always trying to help somebody and trying to help them better themselves, but you have to realize that people are on different paths, and it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Honestly, I feel like we all have a different pace. Some are faster than others, some are slower than others, but I mean, it's all right. I feel like we're all human, and we're not meant to like be at that level that somebody else is, because you are on your own journey.
Okay,
well,
so
I love this topic.
So what about, let's say, if people, what advice would you give to young people that are probably watching and that live together with a partner, or that are thinking about living together with a partner? Do you have anything in mind that you would like?
Well, honestly, like for me, I would say if you are living with someone, then might as well like get married, to be honest, because if you are already living with someone, then why not get married? And for those people that want to move in with their partners, maybe like consider having the conversation with your partner about marriage and see where that goes before you guys actually move in together. Yeah, that's basically what I would say. Because honestly, for me, like, I value marriage so much, and like it honestly, because before I didn't realize how much I actually did want to get married, because before marriage was not something that I wanted to do. But now, I don't know, maybe because I know more and because I'm getting older, I'm like, honestly, like, I do value marriage like so much. And it's like, yeah, before I move in with somebody, I would love to get married. Yeah.
Okay. Something that I would like advise to young people that are living with their partner or that would want to move in with their partner is remember that at the end of the day, you are you. And it's okay for you to have your own hobbies that are different than your partner's hobbies. And it's okay to have alone time. It's okay to be a couple, but at the same time, don't forget that you both are individuals, and you both were individuals before you guys met. And it's still okay to do your individual activities even if you are in a marriage, because I think that would build your bond even stronger, because then you have new things to talk about and you can tell them how your day went, and you can learn from each other by still being an individual while in a marriage. But yeah,
those are great advice, honestly. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys are learning so much from us.
And comment like what you guys think on the topic as well, because you guys teach us also.
Yeah.
Like when we read the comments, like just the other video, someone had commented in our holiday video, they were saying that some parents don't have enough money to provide for their kids during the holidays, like for example going out of the way to get presents. And I was like, wow, thank you for commenting, because we totally forgot to mention that, but that was a really good point. So,
and that was
feel
true
free.
And I feel like that was our case. I feel like we grew up with not a lot of money, so my mom's priority was to get food on the table. Like
how are we gonna eat?
Yeah, how are we gonna eat?
We
like the
worried.
last thing that I'm worried about is what I'm gonna get you, like an item.
My mom wasn't worried about luxury. She was worried about like our necessities, like
like surviving.
Yeah, survival.
She was just trying to survive, and with all of her kids, of course, I understand her.
Yeah.
But honestly, at the same time, I feel like it was good, because now we have this whole outlook in holidays. Because if we grew up like that, it would have been a little bit harder for us to like think this way.
Even as I get older and I have the ability to give my kids that luxury, I don't think I would give them that luxury. I think I would teach them the real importance of life, and I don't think that a holiday is really that important. I think that there's other things that we can teach our kids, because they can see that on TV any other place, but it's like, no, mama didn't teach me that, right?
Yeah, that's so good. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast so far. We're definitely enjoying it.
I am loving like this podcast. I always tell Yareni, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so excited for a podcast.
I'm so
like,
excited
I'm so
to
ready.
film.
I know, like I'm so ready. I love this because you guys are just getting to know us, and we want to hear what you guys have to say about the topics. Do you guys agree? Do you disagree? It's okay if you disagree. Tell us why. And yeah, I mean, we all hope you guys enjoyed this topic, and thank you guys so much for watching, for clicking on the video, and we'll see you guys in our next podcast. Deuces.